So you've got a lot of vegetables, root crops, and rice and not sure what to do with it? Well, how about getting yourself a preserved food factory? What? Are they worth the investment? Let's find out. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and in this video, we're going to be looking at the preserved food factories to see if they are a worthwhile investment here for Farming Simulator 25. Believe it or not, these facilities have one of the highest return on investments that you can have here in the game. Now, this might be because of a little bit of a price discrepancy or a little bit of a glitch that's going on right now, so take advantage of it while you can. Let's go and jump in here to the spreadsheet, and as you can see for the first column, I've got all the different inputs that you're going to need here for all these different recipes. You got everything from spinach, long grain rice. You've got all your root crops, your beets, your carrots, your parsnips. Now, we don't have sugar beets because that's going to be sugar, but the other beets is what you're going to have here. You're also going to need some inputs out of your greenhouses. That's going to include your cabbage, your garlic, your spring onion, and your chili peppers, as well as some eggs in some of these recipes. In the next column, you could see here are all of the peak easy input sell prices for all of those inputs. What that means is that you're not going to sell your product at rock bottom dollar. You're going to sell it when it's the most profitable. So this is the value that you could expect to see that if you sold these items without turning them into any productions. And these values are on easy economy. If you're looking to play on normal economy, it's going to be 60% of the values here on the screen. And if you're playing on hard economy, it's going to be 33%. The next two columns are your input quantity per cycle and your input value per cycle. Input quantity per cycle column is pretty easy to understand. Let's say for spinach in the very first recipe, you're going to need 100 input of that spinach, and that value is $69.30. Now, for about half these recipes, you're going to need 100 liters at a time for each recipe, but some of them you only need 2, as in garlic, spring onion, and chili peppers. The next two columns that you see here are the output and the peak easy output sell price. So you can see that you're going to be able to do a lot of different things here in this facility. You've got spinach bags, rice rolls, you've got rice boxes, you've got all different types of preserved food, being it your beetroot, your carrots, or your parsnips. You're going to be able to make canned peas, jarred green beans, 2 different types of noodle soup, and even kimchi. And the values that you see there are based on 1,000 liters of each one of these outputs. The next two columns are your output quantity per cycle and your output value per cycle. So you see for spinach, you're going to be able to make a spinach bag. Now, you're going to be able to put 100 liters of spinach in. You're going to be able to get 45 liters of spinach bag out. And those 45 liters are going to be valued at $104.63. The next two columns are your cycles per month and the production cost per month. So as you can see, every single one of these recipes is going to have 240 cycles per month. But the production cost per month does vary everywhere from $24 all the way up to $168. How much revenue can you expect to generate every month with these different recipes? Well, it's going to be anywhere from $18,000 all the way up to a little bit over $88,000. Now, what if you didn't bring your inputs over here to these production facilities and you just wanted to sell the products outright? Well, this next column right here, input value per month, that's how much each one of these input values is going to be worth if you didn't actually run it through a facility. You can see that it's anywhere from about $5,600 all the way up to about $83,000. Now, if you're still on the fence and you're not sure if you want to bring all of your items over here and run one of these production facilities, because there's some really good value in the inputs per month if you don't run them through this facility. Well, the next column here is the additional revenue per month by using a production. You can see there is one of these that is absolutely horrible. Don't do it at all. Your rice bags. Do not do this because you're going to lose about $36,000 every single month if you turned your rice into rice bags. But on the opposite side, if you've got long grain rice and you want to make rice boxes, you're going to be able to make about an extra $48,000 every single month by running it through this facility. Now, the cost of the facility is a big factor in whether or not you want to do this, and it's going to be $330,000. Now, that doesn't matter if you're owning the one that's already on a map or you want to put down the one that is a base game item here. It's going to be $330,000. Now, how long is it going to take you to be able to get that $330,000 back? Well, that's this next column right here, months to pay off. And you can see that it's anywhere from about 3.7 months all the way up to, about a year and a half at 18.3. And the good news is that you're going to be able to run multiple recipes through this facility at the same time without losing production output, because this is a full production facility. What that means is if you have, let's say, spinach going into spinach bags, well, you can run that at full capacity for the entire month. And then if, let's say, you want to make your rice boxes also, and it's not going to lose any production. You're going to be able to make that at full production. Some facilities, the more recipes you turn on, it starts cutting down the amount of production that you're going to get out by the number of recipes that you have turned on. So if you have 2 recipes turned on in some facilities, it's only going to give you half production per each recipe. And if you have 5, then it's only going to be 20%. So you decided that you want to go ahead and get one of these and start running the productions out of it. How much volume are you going to be able to need to put into it every single month to keep it at capacity? Well, as you can see right here, it's going to be anywhere from about 4,800 liters on your items out of your greenhouse, all the way up to about 24,000 liters on quite a few of these different recipes. And how much volume are you going to get on the output side of this? Well, the most you can expect to see is 12,000 liters a month in rice rolls if you're using regular rice, all the way down to about 7,200 liters if you're making rice rolls using long grain rice. Now, all these values that you saw here were for the large factory itself. I'm going to go ahead and show you the small factory also, and it's the same thing. You're just only able to get about 10% of the output out of this thing as you would the large one. So if you don't have a whole lot of money, you don't have the whole 330, but you still want to be able to make a little bit of money, maybe get one of these smaller ones. It is going to take you a lot longer to be able to get your money in the long run. But if you're playing a long gameplay and you don't really do this very often, then maybe the small one is the one for you. So in summary, everybody, I think that this is a great way to be able to process some of your root crops and your vegetables. But if you're doing long grain rice, you are definitely going to want to run it through here if you're looking for an easy way to be able to make a ton of money. Well, that's going to be it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like if you would. Make sure to hit subscribe and turn on your notifications to keep up to date on my future videos. While you're waiting on those future videos, go and check out one of these 2 right here. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver53 signing off.